What is the best life hack you use during your everyday life? I wish I had this in college. If I have work or study to do, and I'm not motivated and just start procrastinating again, I watch a video or listen to a podcast of the topic on YouTube. It helps to get my brain focused on the subject before I get started on my own critical thinking. That way I'm not going from 0 to 100 and risking my attention going elsewhere. Loud toys can be nearly silenced by putting clear scotch tape over the speaker holes. It knocks the noise out almost completely but is still loud enough that the kid enjoys it. This has saved several obnoxiously loud toys from the trash can. If you drop something fragile, don't try to grab it on the way down. Stick out a foot and let it bounce off your foot. It'll absorb enough of the speed that whatever it is probably won't break. Learned this with camera lenses. Not for big stuff, obviously. Especially when dropping knives. Adjust a picture frame at your desk so you can see behind you with the reflection of the glass. It's a subtle way of knowing if someone is behind you without looking over your shoulder the whole time. Stares into picture of Jesus while opening an incognito tab. Windows key and E to open my computer. It has saved me literally minutes over the years. All the Windows key shortcuts are great, and arrows will snap the open window to the left or right, maximize or minimize it. Plus R opens the run program dialog box. Plus P to toggle the projector display settings quickly, just to name my favorites. I'm 70 years old and I really like to play cards on Pogo and watch TV at the same time. My problem was my computer is on the opposite wall from the TV, so what I did was put a mirror that is on a stand, old makeup mirror, next to the computer and aim it at the TV. Voila, now I can do both. My daughter says she is going to have an intervention. I clean up while I cook. Easier to clean non-caked on food in the sink while waiting for other things to finish up. I wish my roommates would do this. They fill up the sink with all of their crap and then they put off doing them for up to weeks at a time because of how caked on the food is. Meanwhile I clean directly after eating my meal. Something I've done since I was a child. When I confront them about it they get super defensive and repeatedly tell me they're getting to it. Super frustrating. Definitely drying off my razor by patting it on a towel and running it along the grain of the towel following my morning shave. I use some sort of Ball's turbocharged variation of the Mac III and used to go through its expensive razor packs very frequently. I started using this technique around the beginning of January and literally replaced my first blade last month. Use cold water to wash blood out of clothes. It works better. If you catch it before it gets too dry, stick it in some cold water with a lot of salt and let it soak for a while. That will remove all of the stain and you can throw it in the washer with the rest of the laundry after. Source: am serial killer. Don't put it down, put it away. Stops clutter at the source. This sounded like a SAR. The biggest cup setting on a Keurig coffee maker is perfect for instant ramen cups. Can confirm there's a ramen brewing on my desk. Befriend your professors and teachers. They'll go out of their way to help you. When I was a freshman in college, I was close with my English professor at the time, a tiny woman from Bosnia that could run in stiletto heels. I had a lot of nasty roommate problems that year and she always came to my rescue if I needed to hide from my roommate. When my roommate attacked me and I was moved to protective housing on emergency, she rallied all of the strongest people in my class to help me move. Befriend the cleaning staff in the dorms. I gave the woman that comes to clean my sweet bathroom a cupcake because my birthday had been recent and now she moves heaven and earth for me. Normally my suitemates and I have to take care of the road salt that gets tracked into the small common room, but since I gave her a cupcake she mops it all up for us. Being nice to people who deserve it will get you really, really far in life. Letting a drop of superglue dry on the up face of my USB phone charger handle. The superglue solidifies and becomes hard, which means you know which side is up just by rubbing your finger over the handle, so you always plug it into your device the right way first time every time. By design the little USB picture is supposed to face towards you when you plug it in, but in practice manufacturers suck and some flip the cable picture around while tons flip the receiving port around. I'm a smaller, non-intimidating person, so people don't often move out of the way I'm walking in crowds. I read somewhere that looking where you want to go will clear people out of the way. People still don't move out of my way when I do this, so I direct my gaze in the area between the person who's in my way and where I want to head instead of just looking right where I want to go. This often involves looking somewhere around a person's neck if they are directly in front of me. I think it gives people the impression that they're going to be in my way or something, even if I do this to just secure some extra walking room. People actually tend to slightly curve their walk to avoid my path, or the path they see my eyes going, when I do this. Don't you hate it when you show someone one picture on your phone and then they start scrolling through looking at your other pictures? I learned this from Reddit. Enlarge the picture just a little bit. Then when they go to swipe, they are just moving that picture around and not going to your next picture. It works. Can't find something on Reddit because the search function is ass? Use Google and add site reddit.com after your search terms to confine the results to just those on Reddit. It works a lot better. I usually just add Reddit after whatever I'm searching for and it works just as well. If you look like you know where you're going, you will almost never be stopped or questioned. Unless you're in a store. When I worked retail, I developed a very direct I'm here every day vibe that carried over everywhere. I would always have customers in other stores ask me for help. When you think you are very close to orgasm but want to carry on, subtly bite your tongue and the feeling will go away. Best way to prolong an orgasm. Tried this. Spat blood on her face. Turns out that's her fetish. 8/10. Cooking enough for 2 and eating the second meal for lunch the next day. I try to do this and I end up just eating everything at once. Every time. If I want to force myself to exercise in the morning, I wear my gym clothes to bed. Or wear pajamas to the gym. A life hack for students. When you are writing a research lengthy essay or report, find one very comprehensive source. Literature reviews are great for this, that directly relates to your topic or thesis. Then use the paper's reference list bibliography for locating your sources. I put a sheet of bounce in between the garbage bag and the trash can itself. Never smell bad in there now. Drink a pint of water every morning. Takes away the feeling that death has climbed your ear in the night and plans to spend a day putting shelves up on the inside of your skull. You could also quit drinking. Feels just as good. Control and Shift and T. Something happened, but what I cannot explain. Before you start to cook something, clear the decks. My grandfather taught me this. He was a firefighter, and as a result of years in the firehouse, knew his way around a kitchen. Before you begin cooking, get the kitchen ready to cook. Empty the dishwasher, or start it if it's full. Empty the sink, clear the counters, get your ingredients out. Preheat the oven, get ready to cook, before you start to cook. After that, clean as you go. If you've used a utensil and are through with it, put it in the dishwasher. Got a free moment or two? Wash a dish, dry it, put it away. If you use your time wisely while cooking, you'll find that your cleanup afterwards is much easier and less time consuming. Cup of water in the microwave. Food takes about twice as long to warm back up but is never dry. Dampen a paper towel and lay over the food in the microwave. Fast heating times and your food is not dried out. Keep a medium priority wish list in your wallet handbag. Things that you don't desperately need soon, but could use and should buy whenever you can spare the money. This will keep you from blowing too much money on impulse purchases. If you're getting groceries, fart in the detergent cleaning product aisle. You're welcome. Be sure to put in your headphones so the fart is silent. Never underestimate the power of a simple smile, nod, and a wave. This is especially true when driving. For example, when you're trying to change lanes, if you make eye contact and wave at the person, they're 73% likely to let you in. This works for sex too. Linen closet maintenance 101. Everything in a set goes into one pillowcase. You don't have to worry about folding a fitted sheet again. Mindfulness. Be aware of what you're doing. Pay attention to the steps you are taking as you walk, and what people and places you are passing by. It's so easy to just zone out and float on through, but really put some effort into cementing yourself into the present. This sounds flighty and nonsensical, but it helps with stuff like making sure you remember you have your keys or credit card or wallet with you as you are leaving a place, because you are conscious of the act of putting them back in your pocket instead of zoning out and doing it automatically, risking completely forgetting it. Every time I think about walking, while I am walking, I start to feel like I am walking funny, even though I'm not, and then start feeling self-conscious about my walking and walk funny. If you bring a gun to the bank, you can withdraw more money than is in your account. Actually doing the work you're supposed to do makes time fly by a lot quicker than trying to find ways to waste time. I just mentioned this in another thread, thought it would fit here too. I always have a spare stick of deodorant in my car at all times. Too many times I have been running late for work, appointment, etc., and it'll be halfway there before I realize I forgot to put on deodorant. Having that spare in those instances is a lifesaver. Poop when you're on the clock. They make the dollar, I make the dime, that's why I poop on company time. I dip my fork into the salad dressing before I form each salad bite instead of pouring it all over. I get a fraction of the calories, yet each bite has plenty of dressing. If you occupy yourself with Reddit at school, then time will fly by. I'm a university student, can confirm that I'm on Reddit in class 80% of the time. Ravioli in my shirt pocket for food on the go. Ravioli, what's in my pocketally? We have these inspections or audits at work where they send in a group of people to check records and basically make sure our crap is together. Whenever this happens, I pull out a small notebook and start writing random things on it as they're talking and asking questions. Makes people very uncomfortable and they leave me alone after a couple of minutes and move on to someone else. This is the goodest flyboy. He will bring you 10 years of happiness in exchange for a like on this video. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.